All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and finish off these notes. Sorry that it did end up being 3 videos, but I'll try to be quick. So here we're going to learn about the law of syllogism. I believe that's how you say it. But essentially, this is just the chain rule, right? And the chain rule is kind of just a different way of essentially saying, right, if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. That's essentially the exact same thing, right? Um, so for example, if we have an assumption, if P is true, then Q is true, right? Here, the way that we would read this is if P, then Q, right? So here on the right, if Chanel is in 12th grade, then she is a senior, right? And this is just an assumption. If P, then Q, right? So if P is true, then Q is true. So here, what we're setting as if P is true, then Q is true is if Chanel is in 12th grade, then she is a senior. If in this second one, we have if Q is true, then R is true. So if Q, then R. So here, notice that we had the senior thing again. So if she is a senior, that's my Q. Then she is in calculus class. And so from here, we can make an assumption, right? We can, or not an assumption, we can reach a conclusion that if P, then Q, and then Q, then R, therefore, P, if P is true, then R is true, right? If P, then R. So here it is. If Chanel is in 12th grade, then she is in calculus. Hope that made sense, right? It's essentially kind of skipping that middle step because if Chanel is in 12th grade, then she is a senior. If she is a senior, then she's in calculus. So therefore, if Chanel's in 12th grade, we know she has to be in calculus, right? And then the contrapositive of that would also be true. Now, the contrapositive of that is just saying, let's go ahead and see if P then Q. All it's saying that if not Q, so that little squiggly line, I forgot what it's called, if not Q, then not P. So another way of saying this is just that, and that these are has a essentially the contrapositive has the same truth values as the original one. So what this is saying is if let's keep the original FP then Q, right? If but let's flip it. If Chanel is not a senior, then she must not be in 12th grade, right? So they are the same. They have the same truth value. But yes, let's keep going. Assume the following statements are true. Use a chain rule to write another true statement. Okay, the first one's pretty easy. The second one's pretty easy. Actually, the second one's a little harder, but let's see. You can already see. So if it is raining, so let's go ahead and say that's my Q. The sky is cloudy. So then the sky is cloudy, right? So, I don't know. If Q, then, actually, let me make this P. If P, then Q. Sorry, I switched that for a second. I just want to keep it similar to the chain rule up top, right here. Right? If P, then Q. So if it is raining, the sky is cloudy. If the sky is cloudy, so this is Q again, then you can't see the sun. So this is going to be my new statement. This is going to be R. Right? If P, then Q. If Q, then R. Then our statement that we can write using a chain rule is, right, then therefore P, if P, then R. So our new statement is going to be if it is raining, then you can't see the sun.